Has he seen the list of requests? It's their list of requests.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is and what was discussed. So Mr. Hernandez, it's a summary of the relief that my client is asking for today. It's a written statement of what she'll be requesting here.
Do you have any legal objections, sir?
No. I would like to see it because I don't know what she's requesting.
Okay. CPA Exhibit 2 is admitted.
Welcome to a custody showdown. Dad Hernandez wants every weekend. Mom wants privacy and a drug test on the record. Listen closely. This isn't soap opera. It's temporary orders that shape a child's life. Stay to the end for the judge's ruling. Subscribe, like, share today, right now for more.
At this time, I would call Mr. Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, can you state your name?
Yes, Juan Jose Hernandez.
So you heard the agreement I said about the child support and medical support. Is that your agreement?
Correct.
I believe Mom has also asked for non-disclosure for her address and phone number and employer to not be disclosed in the order. Are you okay with that?
That's fine.
And one other thing that's going to be brought up is that Mom's attorney was asking for you to take a drug test. Are you willing to take a drug test?
I will be willing to take a drug test only if I could keep my son throughout the weekend from Friday to Sunday.
Okay.
Because I know.
I believe the type of drug test that's going to be asked is a zero tolerance hair drug test at national screening. And so you would pay for that and provide the results to the court and to her attorney. And you're okay with that?
Absolutely.
Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. No problem.
And your issue is you don't want just daytime visits. You want basically standard visitation from 6 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Sunday on the first, third, and fifth weekends.
So actually every weekend, not just the first and the third, like every weekend. I haven't seen my son for like the past 3 months. So.
Yeah. So you don't want just the standard possession order. You want every single weekend?
Correct.
And when is the last time you saw your son?
More than 3 months ago.
I think what month of the year was it?
So I moved to the new address that I have right now on June 3rd, and I saw my son probably 2 weeks before that. So, yep, more than 3 months ago.
So May of 2025?
Yep.
And when you kept him in May, how long did you keep him?
A few hours. Because her mom was going to work, and obviously, I guess she didn't have nobody to take care of him. And last minute, she called me and said, like, "Hey, can you take care of Donatio or Fabian?" I said, "Absolutely, of course." And then she brought it in, and we were just like having a good time. And yeah.
Okay. So have you seen Fabian since then?
Only a couple of times through FaceTime.
Have you attempted to see him?
Nope. Well, I have attempted. Yes, I have texted her, called her, like, "Hey, like, can I see my son?" Like, usually I'm being off on the last couple of times when I was working, I was off on Sundays, and I text her like, "Hey, I'm off tomorrow. Like, do you think that you can bring in Donatio and I can see him and all that?" No answer, no response, nothing. So, yeah, I've tried. Okay. I've tried plenty of times to spend time with him, but obviously his mom is not letting me.
Okay. And does your son have autism?
Yes.
Is he verbal? Does he be able to talk to in sentences and have conversations?
Well, sentences, no. But there's a big difference, and hopefully there's a way that I can prove that. There's a big difference whenever my son is with me, that he acts and behaves completely different, because he is like a different child that he does his things, that he if he wants water, he goes to the fridge and grab it himself. If he wants just a cookie, he go and grab it himself. If he's hungry, he comes and tells me like, "Hey, carnita," like that means beef, like pollito, that means chicken, and then quesadilla and spinach, because and don't get me wrong, his mom is great. His mom has done such a good job taking care of my son, but at the same time, it's like sometimes it's like a little bit too much. But at the same time, it's just, I don't know.
Okay. Objection, non-responsive. So
sustained.
My question was: is he verbal? Can he talk in sentences?
Sometimes just a full sentences, just a few ones, not all of them.
Okay, but he has enough language he can tell you when he's hungry or when he has to go to the bathroom or when he needs something.
Yes.
And when did you and Miss Enzura separate?
Separated, like completely living apart on February 2024. Separated, living on the same household, 2019, 2020.
Okay, so before 2024, were you living with your son? So you were around him every day?
Yes.
And did y'all share caretaking of the child?
Yes.
And since you separated, about how many times have you seen him?
I will say probably, rounded it up, 30 times.
Okay, and was that times that mom brought your son to you?
Yeah, 30 times. Like the mom brought it to me, but I used to see him whenever he was dropped off from school, because he was still registered from school, on the same address, even though he doesn't live at the same address.
Okay. Have you had him overnight since y'all separated?
A couple of times, probably like 3 or 4 times. Whenever his mom had to work like a night, I keep him, and we actually, everything was right. It was fun.
Okay. And did you get a DWI last year?
Yes, I did.
Is that been completed? Were you found guilty?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Are you still on probation for that?
Nope. The probation. I went through court every month, drug test, everything, and everything was fine. Everything I passed because, like, I learned my lesson.
Did you have to have the interlock device on your vehicle?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Do you still have that?
Nope, not anymore. Because, like I said, I passed.
Unknown caller.
So you're willing to do the drug test, but you're not willing to do any kind of step-up visits where you get like daytime visits starting out. Is that correct?
Correct. I'm willing to do the drug test if I keep my son from Friday night to Sunday.
Okay. So is there any possibility you'd be willing to do some kind of stop-up visits where we start out on Saturdays for a few hours?
Friday to Sunday.
And you have your own place?
Yes.
Where are you living right now?
Right now, 2601 South Breast.
Okay, let's be mindful that we're on YouTube.
I'm sorry.
Is it an apartment or a house?
It's a home house.
I'm sorry, what kind of house?
A home house.
A townhouse?
Yes.
And who lives there with you?
I'm sorry?
Who lives there with you?
Nobody. Just myself.
Okay. And do you have a bedroom for Fabian?
Of course.
Is Fabian your only child?
Yes.
So if he came to stay with you, he'd have his own bedroom, you have your own house, you have a place for him to stay?
Of course. Yes.
All right. All right, I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Bunch, do you have questions for Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, Your Honor. So, Mr. Hernandez,
Yes.
the DWI that you were convicted of, you were just convicted this past September, is that correct?
Correct.
And in addition, you had a bond condition violation report where while the charge was pending, you were found to have violated by having a too high blood alcohol level when you blew into your
No,
interlock.
that's incorrect because I never, that was a malfunction on the system. That was a malfunction on the interlock device, and that's why it was changed.
That is not what is noted on the bond condition violation report. You understand that was issued in April. Your Honor, I do have that as an exhibit. I don't believe I have the power to share screen. May I share an offer?
Is there anything personal on there that should not be on YouTube, for one thing?
It does not have his address. It does not have a social security. It is strictly a bond condition violation report.
Okay.
It does have his
host. I think the host has that ability to host. Who is that?
Christella,
Yes, I just made you co-host, Ms. Bunch. You should be able to share now.
And then before you start, does anyone have any objection to me admitting into evidence that bond condition report she just described?
It is CPO4.
I do because I need to find my receipt wherever it says that it was a malfunction, and that's
What is your legal objection, though, to the document getting into evidence, sir?
Nope.
I'm sorry?
No, I don't have any objection.
Okay, so it's admitted as CP1.
And I can clarify for the court, I did not include it as an exhibit. There was a prior bond violation report that was found to be an error of the court. And I believe that is what he is referring to. That's why I did not submit that, because they found that the violation was issued in error. This one, however, did not have such a finding, and it found that you were given bond conditions February 13th of 2024, that you were to use an ignition interlock device, and that in March you blew a high blood alcohol level, retested, and consistently blew a high blood alcohol level at several times throughout that day. And that was submitted April 29th of submitted March 27th of 2025. So you do see what I'm referring to, correct, Mr. Hernandez? This is displayed on the screen?
Yeah, I see what you're referring to.
Okay.
That zero tolerance hair test isn't a scare tactic, it's a credibility filter. Dad offers to pay and comply, but ties it to full weekends immediately. Courts usually step up visitation when safety is disputed, especially with a special needs child. Would you trade supervision for clean results here, honestly? Tell me.
In addition, you did previously have another child residing in your house. Is that correct? Since you separated from my client.
Nope.
You disassembled your son's bedroom to make space for that other child. Isn't that correct?
No.
And the visitation that you're asking for, you have not had your son for that duration of period since you separated from my client. You've had him for maybe one overnight, 24 hours, but you've not had him for an entire weekend. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
All right. I'll pass the witness.
Okay. Ms. Khan, do you have any further questions of this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
I will rest and allow Ms. Bunch to call her client.
Okay. Ms. Bunch, do you have a witness you'd like to call?
Yes, my client, please.
You may do so.
Ms. Ansuris, please state your name for the record.
Cristina Ansures.
And you are the mother of Fabian, the child of this suit, correct?
Correct.
And Mr. Hernandez acknowledged his paternity in acknowledgement of paternity that has been filed by the Office of the Attorney General. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you and Mr. Hernandez separated on or about February 4th of 2024. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Your Honor, I would also like to offer counter petitioners Exhibit 1, which is our relief requested. And that's just a summary of the relief that we're requesting today. Of course, what we've already stipulated to an agreement, but these are the additional items.
It's going to be Exhibit 2 because I believe the other one was CP1. Does anyone have any objection to me admitting CP's Exhibit 2?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez?
I'm sorry, CPS Exhibit 2, what is that?
I can share my screen just to show him if Your Honor would like.
Has he seen the list of requests? It's their list of requests.
Yes.
Okay,
And this is and what was discussed. So Mr. Hernandez, it's a summary of the relief that my client is asking for today. It's a written statement of what she'll be requesting here.
Do you have any legal objections, sir?
No. I would like to see it because I don't know what she's requesting.
Okay, CP Exhibit 2 is admitted.
And Ms. Anzuris, this is the copy of that. So we just confirmed the paternity through the acknowledgement. You are also requesting to be appointed sole managing conservator of the child. When you and Mr. Hernandez separated, why did y'all separate? Ms. Anzuris, can you hear me?
Yes. Why would you separate?
Yes.
because I start working and I didn't give him money. He asked me for $500, and he told me if I didn't give him the money, had, I just had to be out of the house at that moment.
I think she
that's
broke
what
up during some of that.
I-
and I missed that.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, but you'd broken up. You're in a vehicle. Are you on Bluetooth or are you not connected? Bluetooth is bad. Thinking about it.
I think it's yes. I have a Bluetooth.
Okay, if you might want to disconnect from the Bluetooth because it often causes problems.
I don't have a Wi-Fi. I'm outside my job in the car.
Okay, well, right now I'm just letting you all know I did not hear that answer. So if it was important, it did not accomplish anything. So Ms. Bunch, if you want to ask it again, otherwise just be aware I did not hear that answer.
Understood. Let me ask the next question. So Ms. Anzares, in your relationship with Mr. Hernandez, when, if ever, was he physically violent toward you?
No, physically.
Okay. Was there ever a time that he slapped you?
Yes.
When did that occur?
One morning that he come back from the night before that he spent all night outside the home and was upset. And I told him that when he spent the night out and come in the morning, that's the day he did.
Okay. And since you've separated, when, if ever, have you witnessed him drunk around your child?
Twice.
When did that occur?
The day after I picked my son.
Day after what?
He spent the night with my son.
Okay.
And I left my son with him fine. And the next day he was drunk.
And about when did that occur?
That was around June 2024.
Okay. And when you picked your son up, what condition was Mr. Hernandez in?
He didn't know where my son's shoe was. He was completely drunk. I tried to find my son's shoe, and then he started telling me to get out of the house, like screaming. So I just got out of the house without my son's shoe.
Have you witnessed him even before you separated? Have you witnessed Mr. Hernandez drunk like that before?
Many times, yes.
When he is in that condition, do you believe that he is capable of caring for your son?
No.
Why?
Because he's not even able to care for himself.
And you heard him, Mr. Hernandez, testify that your son is autistic. Do you agree with that? Your son has been diagnosed autistic?
Yes.
Is your son able to speak in complete sentences at this time?
No.
How does he communicate?
By words.
And is he in any special education or programs or a special school to assist him?
Yes, special education and therapies.
Okay. What concerns, if any, do you have about your son's ability to express if something were to happen while he was with Mr. Hernandez? Do you think he could tell you if something happened to be dangerous? Okay. Do you think he would be able to call and ask someone for help if he were with Mr. Hernandez and Mr. Hernandez became drunk?
No.
Okay. And how old is your son right now?
10 years old.
10 years old. Okay. Now, have you ever known another child to have resided with Mr. Hernandez since y'all separated?
Yes.
And how did you know about that?
I see them around the house.
And that was when you would go to Mr. Hernandez's house for visits with Fabian?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you see about the other child or the rooms for the children?
One time I took the dog to the house and he didn't open the door. So I used the key that I had to put the dog inside the house. And I walked inside the house and I just noticed that my son, he didn't have his room like he used to. And I saw a mess in the house.
And about when was this?
March, after I moved, like a month after I moved.
Okay. Your Honor, I would like to offer petitioner's exhibit. I believe this one will be number 3, and this would be photos of the home as taken by my client.
Does anyone have any legal objection to CP3?
Yes, because I haven't seen the pictures.
Can you get them to Mr. Hernandez?
I can share my screen to show him briefly if that's okay.
The problem is I'm here.
Okay. I may have his email that I can send it to. I think I got it off the order that we drafted this morning. 1 moment. So Ms. Enzeres, I'm going to ask you a few other questions while I try to get this passed through. So at this time, what kind of visitation do you believe is in the best interest of your son with his father?
When someone there, someone to supervise him.
Okay. And Mr. Hernandez, I did email that exhibit over to you. It was the email provided by the Attorney General. It just said it failed, and I'm not going to be able to confirm that email as we're streaming live. Your Honor, one other request, could we maybe do where you briefly cover your screen just while I share the exhibit to show it to him?
I can email it. I have like one typo in that email.
Okay,
and
thank you.
I know what it is. So I will just forward the one you sent, the Dropbox. Is that okay?
That is perfect. Thank you. Okay. So, Ms. Anzuras, you want someone there to watch? Is that what you said for visits?
Yes.
In addition, were you aware until I came on the case that he had this DWI charge in Harris County that he was convicted of?
Yes.
Well, what I'm asking is, did you find out about that from me or did he tell you about it? We didn't hear your answer. It broke up. So did you find out about that charge from him or did you find out about it from me?
From you.
Okay. And you retained me as your attorney last week. So before then, you were not aware of that charge. Is that correct?
Correct.
And given what you witnessed of his behavior around the child and when y'all were together, that charge brings additional concerns for you. Is that correct?
Exactly, yes.
Well, we just lost Mr. Hernandez.
I just took the dog like a little bit to the side.
Okay. Just remember what I said in the beginning. It's real
Yes, I'm
important to
sorry.
stay on camera.
I'm sorry.
So Ms. Enzoras, if Mr. Hernandez were to take a zero tolerance hair follicle drug test, would you be willing to consider unsupervised visitation if he passes that drug test and it's completely clean?
Yes.
Okay. But you feel that it would not be in your child's best interest to have unsupervised visitation until he has passed that test. Is that correct?
All right.
Now, I do want to clarify, we've talked about the alcohol use. When, if ever, have you known Mr. Hernandez to use drugs?
And we moved together.
Okay. What kinds of drugs did you know him to use?
Cocaine.
And about how often would he use it?
Cocaine.
About how often?
And alcohol. Twice a week. Sometimes more.
That didn't quite come through. Can you repeat your answer about how often he would use it?
hear me? Twice a week, sometimes more.
And this was from when you lived together from back in 2024, is that correct?
Now mom's testimony raises the stakes. She says he's been drunk around the child, used cocaine while they lived together, and the house smelled like chemicals with vape items on the stairs. With an autistic child who can't fully explain danger, supervision starts looking like prevention, not punishment in court.
Yes.
You've seen him drunk. Do you know or have you recognized any behavior of his that he has been on drugs since you separated?
Yes.
When was that?
Like that day that I go to CPS,
And when was that?
was like June 26th. He was like shaking.
And when you called CPS, they ultimately referred it to their alternative response team and did not make a finding either way. Is that correct? They did not make a
Correct.
finding against him, and they did not make a finding in favor or against him.
Yeah, they just didn't do anything.
Okay. Based on your history with Mr. Hernandez, do you have concerns that he may still be using drugs as well as abusing alcohol?
Yes.
And is that why you're asking for these tests to determine his current status before your son would be unsupervised?
Yes.
Now, on previous visits, he testified that he had seen Fabian about 30 times since y'all separated. Do you agree with that estimate of how many visits he's had?
I think he had a little more than that.
Okay.
Uh,
And on those visits, what is the longest period of time that Fabian stayed with Mr. Hernandez?
one day, one night.
Was there ever a time that he had him for 2 nights, for a whole weekend?
No.
And is it true that Fabian has seen him by FaceTime a couple times since the last visit in May? Is that correct?
Correct.
Do you agree that May was the last time there was a visit with Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you decide not to agree to another visit since May?
Because I took him to see him at his new place. We have a time. We agree with a time to see him. He called me one day before to see him, and I'm like, okay, I will take him to you because I want to see the place where he's gonna be. I wanna make sure he's in a clean place, and I wanna make sure you're fine too. So I was willing to take him from Brookshire to the Energy Stadium because that's where he lives, around that place. And I called him when we got there 3 times, and he didn't answer my phone call. So I figured he drank last night, like the night before, and I just took my son to a playground because he was a little upset. I told him that he was going to see his dad, but he was a little upset because when you tell him that we're going to do something, you have to do it. Mm-hmm. So he was upset, and I just tried to go somewhere else to change his mind.
Ms. Enzers, let me ask my next question, please. Okay. So at that point, I understand that was a frustrated visit. Mr. Hernandez was not responsive, and y'all had agreed to a visit. And you're saying this happened after the last May visit. Is that correct? Do you remember when this was? Was it still May or was it June?
That was June.
Okay. Why at that point did you decide not to have further visits?
Because I knew he was drunk. I knew he was not in his right mind to answer the call.
Okay.
He didn't answer the call because he was drunk.
Okay, so you believe he didn't answer the calls because he was drunk. Is that a way he has behaved in the past when he was drunk or when he was under the influence of something?
Yes.
So on that day, you believe the behavior he exhibited matched when he was under the influence of something?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I also want to confirm you're requesting the temporary injunctions as pled for in your original cross petition. Is that correct? And those are the standard ones for him not to harass you, threaten you, harm you, or disturb your peace of the child. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're also asking that he not make disparaging remarks about you or your family in front of the child or allow anyone else to do so.
Yes.
You're also asking that the two of you use the co-parenting program app close to communicate any questions or issues concerning your son.
Yes.
All right. And given this history, you are asking to be appointed sole managing conservator of your son.
Yes.
And even when you lived together, who primarily provided the care for your son, made sure he reaches therapy appointments and things like that?
I did.
And since you've separated, who has primarily managed his doctor's appointments and therapy appointments, things like that?
I am.
When, if ever, has Mr. Hernandez attended those appointments since you separated?
Twice. When
When was
I
that?
moved from the house. But then he told me he was not gonna do it anymore because he was doing me a favor.
Okay, so he told you he was doing you a favor to attend therapy appointments for your son. Okay. I do want to circle back to the exhibit I want to offer, which would be 3. Mr. Hernandez, did you receive that email and have a chance to review it?
Nope, not yet. I'm looking at my email right now and I haven't received.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Anzuris, I'm going to ask you some questions about what you saw in that house that day that you would have taken pictures of. What was it that you saw in the house that had you concerned?
Something that you cannot see, the smell.
What did it smell like?
A smog and chemicals. But it was like this chemical that you know is a drug in there. And it was not clean. The house was a mess. It was not clean to have kids in there.
And when you say the house was not clean, do you mean like he left some clothes on the floor? Can you describe for the court what it was that you actually saw?
Yes, it was clothes on the floor. The beds were not beds. They had a lot of things on the beds, and there was all this stuff that he got out of my son's room in the middle of the hall. The kitchen dishes, they were there. It was awful.
What evidence, if any, did you see of smoking, even of regular cigarettes or anything like that in the house?
But well, he has this thing like vapes, the vape things. He had like something like it looks like a marijuana, but I was not sure. I didn't even want to get close to that.
And did you see things out in the house?
Yes.
Were they out in locations where your son could have accessed them or picked them up?
They were on the stairs.
Okay.
Like when you're walking upstairs, it was there.
Okay. At this time, I will pass the witness.
Ms. Khan, do you have any questions for Ms. Anzares?
Just one. Are you asking that your information not be disclosed on the order, that your address and phone number and employer?
Yes.
And are you in agreement with the child support for the temporary orders of $222 a month based on the minimum wage and the $50 medical support?
Yes.
And how is your son covered for health insurance?
Medicaid.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, do you have any questions for Ms. Anzares?
Yeah, absolutely. Ms. Anzuris, so whenever we got together, Did you do drugs with me?
Long time ago, yes.
Just answer the question, yes or no.
Yes.
So, did you complain to CPS about the pictures that I just saw? And that was pretty much after you moved and I was cleaning
One
everything.
question at a time. Let her answer what you ask.
Yeah. So those pictures that I just received, yeah, they're from the house. Where after you moved, and I was cleaning the whole room and making space. Did you see any belongings from yourself that after a couple of days I gave to you?
No.
May I suggest may I say something? It's about the picture number 2.
At this point, sir, they're not in evidence.
Okay. So because there's a couple
I have not seen them.
that belong to her. So you said that you complained to CPS. What CPS found? Because you, if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned the CPS did nothing, but the CPS found anything?
No.
Object, asked and answered.
Overruled.
The CPS didn't find anything because they were there 2 months after when their parents came from Mexico to help him to clean the house.
Are you sure about that? Were you there whenever you are claiming that my parents helped me clean the house?
Yes.
Do you have any proof?
Yes.
What is the proof?
Have a video with your parents?
You have the video with my parents just having a good time or cleaning?
Just picking up my son.
Okay. So basically, all the claims that you've done and all the claims that you have claimed throughout this time, there's just that, claims from you.
No.
No. Can you elaborate, please?
The facts that I see them, I show them. There's a
How?
picture. There's a picture right there that I had was a mess.
Okay, the 3 pictures that I'm looking at it whenever I was cleaning and organizing everything after you left. So any other evidence that you're claiming that the house was, I don't speak weed, I don't smoke weed, I did drugs, yes I did, same as you.
Sir, this is not your time to testify. You're asking questions. So please,
Sorry, yeah, I'm sorry,
commentary,
Your Honor.
but ask her questions.
I'm sorry. Yes, so can you prove all the claims that you have done right now? Oh, can you prove like throughout a couple of next days?
What do you want me to prove?
All the claims that you claim the everything is a mess in my house.
You just saw a picture. That's a proof.
And I just explained the picture. Do you have any other one? Do you have any other evidence?
What more evidence you want about that picture that is a mess?
And again, do you have any other evidence?
No.
Because that's just one area from the house. It's the hallway when I was cleaning everything up. What other area was dirty? Where's the proof?
That's all my proof.
I'm sorry?
That's all my proof.
Okay. So basically it's everything of what you said.
Yes.
Cool. How can you be so certain the child were living in the house if you just saw them playing around?
Because you arranged a room for them. You took your son's things out of the room.
And again, how can you be so certain? Were you there at night and verified that they were sleeping at night?
They were there.
And again, just answer yes or no. Were you there at night and verified they were sleeping at night?
I see them getting out of the house early in the morning.
Answer the question. Were you there at night and saw the child? Thank you. All right. Were you there in the morning and saw the child waking up
Objection relevance.
Sir, what is the relevance of this?
The relevance is that I want to prove that Mrs. Ansures having just like a pattern of lying and putting things where it never exist. That's the only thing that I want to prove.
All right, you can ask a few questions on this, but let's not belabor it because I'm not sure where it's going.
Okay. Miss Ansures, do you drink alcohol?
Yes.
Well, have been a couple of times where you been over the intoxication level.
Yes.
Okay. Have you drove?
No.
No. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, because I have if I may, I will try to find the video where Miss Ansures was driving reckless. I would, like I said, I will try to find the video because I do have it. What other question? Miss Ansures, did you ever contribute to the income of the household?
Some. Yes.
Like some? Okay. Can you say how much?
Objection relevance.
Sir, what is the relevance of this?
It's not relevance. I have a point, and that's why I'm asking this question.
Okay, but sir, she has objected to relevance, and I don't see the relevance of it. So unless you can explain to me why it's relevant, I'm going to sustain her objection.
Okay, perfect.
I'm sustaining the objection.
Yes. Answer is why you don't let me see my son.
Because you're irresponsible.
How can you say that I'm irresponsible?
Because I seen you drive him. I see that you didn't clean the house when you have him. Because you have been sleeping when he's in the house with you. And because you were not there when you're supposed to answer the phone call to see him. And that's pretty much
Do
it.
you have any proof of that?
That you didn't answer the phone call?
I don't know if I may. I can prove that my phone.
Not the time, sir. Sir. This is your chance to ask her questions. Remember in the beginning I said at the end you're going to get a chance to talk.
Okay.
Right now, the only thing, all that Ms. Khan did, all that Ms. Bunch did is they asked questions. They didn't explain anything or elaborate, and that's not what this is about. Right now it's questions to Ms. Ansures. You don't get to criticize her answers or comment on them or anything.
Okay.
Just questions.
Yeah, apologize. Another question.
Watch the courtroom dynamic. Dad starts arguing instead of asking questions, and the judge shuts it down. This is not your time to testify. That matters. Credibility isn't only facts, it's self-control under pressure. Do you think his frustration helps his case or sinks it fast in front of everyone?
Ms. Bunch, do you have anything further of Ms. Ansures?
Just briefly. Ms. Ansures, you answered Mr. Hernandez that you had previously taken illegal drugs yourself. Are you taking any currently?
No.
And what were the circumstances under which you took those drugs?
To have sex with my husband.
And when you say husband, who are you referring to?
My son's dad.
Okay, is that Mr. Hernandez here today?
Yes.
And whose idea was it to take the drugs at those times?
Yes.
Whose idea?
Him.
And who provided the drugs at those times?
He.
And when was the last time this occurred?
On December 23rd.
Of what year?
2023.
Okay. And since that time, you have not taken any illegal drugs, is that correct?
Correct.
And if this court were to order you to drug test as well, would you be willing to submit to the same zero tolerance hair follicle drug test?
Yes.
Okay. Pass the witness.
Ms. Khan, do you have anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Mr. Hernandez, do you?
Ms. Ansouris, were you the one who went to get the controlled substance for us a few times?
Before Fabian was born, yes.
Just answer the question, yes or no. So how many times would you say that you actually provide the illegal substance?
Twice.
Twice. Okay. No more questions.
Does anybody have anything further, Ms. Ansouris?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Bunch, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, we rest.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez, the state does not represent you, neither does Ms. Bunch. So if there's anything additional you'd like to say that you think is relevant to the issues before me, you may talk now.
Yeah, the one that I was talking about. This is my phone. This one, I've been having this phone for the past probably 6 years. And if you call me right now, the ringtone is like lower because it's messed up. So that's one of the reasons why I couldn't answer the phone whenever Ms. Ansouris called me. And just to accept or to even think, just because she said that I was wrong and that's why I didn't answer the phone call, is just like out of the question. It's just wrong. And I'm saying it's just wrong because yes, I was through a DWI process since October 2024 until last September, and I went through drug test, obviously alcohol, and everything else, and I never had a problem. Well, it is on paper, but I have all the proofs and I have everything else. If Mrs. Ansouris' lawyer wants all the paperwork, I can give it to her. I have no problem. But throughout the whole process, I was good because if not, my bond it would have been revoked and I would have spent time in jail that I didn't. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Like I said, I have proved that this phone is not loud at all.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Hernandez after his testimony?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Does anyone have anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to give everyone a chance to make closing arguments. Ms. Bunch, would you like to start?
Yes, Your Honor. My client's concern is that she knows his past behavior. They were together for a while. She has seen elements of that behavior continuing even into visits of the son, that the house was in this condition when the son was visiting, that he has been drunk when the son is visiting, that he has been in conditions that are inappropriate, that he had a pending criminal charge that he was convicted of. I understand what he's saying, that he participated in the process, but nevertheless, they found him guilty of driving under the influence, and that he's asking for periods of time that would lead to him potentially driving around with the child. My client wants to be able to confirm that the child will be safe based on what she knows of his past behavior. That's why we're asking for supervised at this time, potentially with the option of testing to move to unsupervised. But we also are asking for visits to stay within the limits that they have been, which is no more than 24 hours if it does move to an unsupervised on a clean drug test, because that is what the child is accustomed to, and that is what he may or may not be able to handle, assuming that he's clean and sober from the drug test. So that is why my client is asking for these protections for the child. This is a child with a limited ability to raise the issue if something is wrong, which is part of the concern of being unsupervised despite the child's age. My client wants third parties to check and assure that the child is in a safe situation so that the child and his father can have the most meaningful and safe interactions possible without the stress of whether the father is able to accurately care for the child. Thank you.
Closing arguments connect the dots. Mom wants supervised visits through Harris County DRO, plus testing to earn unsupervised time, capped at what the child can handle. Dad says he's trying, calls it unbelievable, and claims lies. Judges focus on best interest, safety, and consistency, not speeches every single time period.
Okay. And just to clarify, what kind of supervision are you all requesting?
The father lives in Harris County, so we are asking for the Harris County Domestic Relations Office. That way it's as cheap as possible for both parties.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez, would you like to make a brief closing?
Um, um, no, it's just I want to say this is it's to me it's unbelievable. It's up to a point crazy that how I want to be on my child's life, and it looks like his mom is not willing to because of her own personal issues. And I'm saying personal issues because of the past that we have. Our separation was completely different than other ones. There's a lot of things that you folks don't know, and obviously she's not gonna tell, and that's fine. I'm not here to blame anything on anybody. But pretty much that's it. It's frustrating. I'm not refusing to pay. Like I can pay whatever I need to pay for my son. My son is my son, and I will take care of him. And if he needs to if he needs to be taken care of after he turns 18, absolutely, because he's my son. But just everything that she said, and I prove a lot of things that those were lies. It's okay. That's the only thing I want to say, because up to a point, my son it will see the actual truth though. Yes, that's it. And then to have supervised for 2 hours, but it's all good. That's it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I make one brief clarification as to the supervision? I just want to clarify their 4-hour visits. That's all.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I say another thing? I do have a text messages and recordings wherever Ms. Enzures actually confirmed that she used my son to get at me and my family. That's the only thing I would say. So that's the character that you want a child to be with. If we're gonna be like she say, he say, I have a lot of things to say about her, but I have to say once, no, she's a good mother. She's a great mother. But she's very, it's okay.
Okay. I'm going to render now. I am going to order temporary orders in this case, both because of the employment situation, but also because of the issues in this case. There's a lot going on here, and I'm concerned for the child. So I am going to appoint, for now, that Ms. Enzores is the managing conservator and Mr. Hernandez is a possessory conservator, with Ms. Enzora having the right to determine the primary residence within Waller or any county that touches Waller County. For visitation, for one thing, I'm going to order the zero tolerance hair drug test by National Drug Screening. I'm ordering that Mr. Hernandez submit to that testing. For now, he's ordered to pay for it. And I'm ordering that he submit to that testing by Tuesday, October 21st, by close of business. And then until a clean drug test is provided, visitation will be through the domestic relations order in Harris County, Texas. You're both ordered to reach out to them, and there's forms you'll have to fill out with them to start all that up. You're each ordered to do that also by October 21st, 2025, by close of business, to reach out to Harris County and fill out those forms. And ma'am, you're ordered to cooperate and drop off the child as requested by them, and pick the child up. And then so that's where you'll have your supervised visits until you get a clean drug test. Once there's a clean drug alcohol test, there's going to be stair-step visits. Once there's a clean test, He'll have the right to visitation on the first, third, and fifth Saturday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Yep.
Unsupervised for 5 visits.
No.
And then after that phase, on the first, third, and fifth Saturday, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 5 visits.
No.
And then after those 5 visits, he'll move to 6 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays, 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday. And we're going to leave that in place until the next trial date and see where things are at that point. I'm going to approve the agreements and finding no one has access to private insurance at a reasonable cost. I'm ordering that Ms. Unsupervised continue with a government or medical assistance program and ordering that Mr. Hernandez pay to Ms. Unsupervised cash medical support of $50 per month beginning November 1st of 2025. I'm ordering that Mr. Hernandez pay Ms. Unsupervised child support of $222 per month beginning November 1st of 2025. I'm granting Ms. Unsupervised non-disclosure request regarding her personal information. She still will have to provide an email address, but I am ordering that the parties communicate through app close. And then for the injunctions that were requested, I'm ordering mutual injunctions, 1 to 5. I'm ordering for both of them. That's the one about intentionally communicating in vulgar, profane, obscene ways. No one should be doing that. Again, threatening each other is number 2, basically. Placing calls at unreasonable times or in offensive manners is number 3. Intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly causing bodily injury. No one should be doing that. Threatening either party or the child with imminent bodily injury. I'm not ordering 6 because the visitation should accommodate those issues of removing the child. Nobody should be removing the child. Everyone has visitation spelled out now. 7, I believe I'm granting 7 as to both of them, and then 9 to 11 as to both of them. So nobody should be making disparaging remarks in the presence of the child. Allowing the child to remain in the presence of people saying bad things about the other parent, and nobody should be canceling insurance. And those are in the cross petition that was filed, Ms. Khan.
Yes, right. We have those.
And then for final trial, do you all want to do live for exhibit purposes, or do you want to do it on Zoom again?
I'm sorry to interrupt, Your Honor. I just forfeit everything. Mrs. Suarez can take everything. I pay whatever it is, because I'm not going to agree. And I apologize to the court and to you, Your Honor. I'm not going to agree even that I passed the drug test to have supervised visitations, because only she says so.
Okay, sir, I've made my ruling. They're going to be circulating an order shortly, and then if you sign it, that's great. If not, we'll set an entry date, Ms. Khan, and you can submit it that day. If you have drafting disputes, you can all show up and argue that.
Yeah.
For final trial, let me just finish my ruling. Ms. Khan, Ms. Bunch, do you all think it needs to be live, or do you think we can handle Zoom again?
It doesn't matter to me, Judge. I guess so.
I think we can handle Zoom.
Okay, let's do Zoom again.
Simply because the parties are kind of at a distance, so it'd be hard for people to get there.
Do you think December?
Rules. Mom is managing conservator, dad possessory. Dad must do a zero-tolerance hair test by October 21st, 2025, and visits stay supervised until clean results. Then step-up Saturdays lead to weekends. Child support $222 and medical $50. Start November 1st, 2025. Subscribe, like, share now, family, right here.